let's dive in.
So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place.
In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Moon of infinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello and good evening. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you for liking the live as well. We are working on free questions at the moment. Donations are also open. If you drop a question below, make sure it's a yes, no, and also make sure you like the live stream. Thanks, Hood Mystic. All right, we're going to start this off with Margaret. Yes, Eight of Wands, King of Wands. the Gemini. Yes, but it's strength in reverse. So I feel like it's very strong thoughts, like strong feelings, maybe. I don't know if they're necessarily good feelings, but yeah, you are on his mind tonight. Anna. Getting a no on the devil. Hood mystic. You're welcome, Margaret. Hood mystic, I'm getting a no for should you let your boss know and go get your money today? I'm getting a no. 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords. You're welcome. For mystical G. It's going to take some time. I am getting a yes. 3 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Yes, Shavina, King of Swords. You're welcome, everyone. This is for Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm getting a yes. 6 of Cups. Gabriella. Yes, the Chariots. Just a few more minutes of the free list, and then we'll be open for donations. Donations are open. We currently don't have any pre-orders, so there's no wait. You're welcome. We are going to wrap up the free list now. We are moving on to donations. As of right now, donations are open and there's no wait currently. You're welcome. Hey, Brittany. You donated for a quick yes, no. All right, let's see. Let me shuffle for you. Hold on. I am getting a no, 9 of wands. Is it $5 to add on to your question? I'm kind of curious what he's thinking now that you said that. So a $5 donation would get you another yes no question. If you want a mini reading where I pull up to 5 cards where I can give you maybe a little more clarity on that, that would be $8. And then in depth where I pull up to 10 cards is 13. Or you can do a BOGO, which is 2 in depths for 17. So there's just like a little scale there depending on how much information you're looking for and how much time you want me to spend on your reading. But all of my prices are in the description. You're welcome, Brittany. Have a good night. So Gemini, let me know if that answers your question. And welcome in, Amy. You want to say hi? I am good. We've had a very busy weekend. We had a baby shower and slash gender reveal yesterday to go to for my husband's like best friend and his wife. And then today we had a family day. My parents came over. They made tacos. So it was like basically a taco bar, basically. Like you could do burritos, taco salads, tacos. They had chips and salsa. It was really good. It was kind of like a family meal slash welcoming the new baby. My little niece, which we just got back from that a little bit ago. But yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend. Wishing that we had one more day to kind of take it easy, but that's how life goes sometimes. How have you been? How are you feeling? Hey, I speak. How are you? Yeah, it was a good weekend. Busy, but good. Everybody's having babies around here. Oh no. Amy, that's not good. I'm so sorry. That's tough. I speak. It was a baby shower for my husband's best friend. And then my sister had a baby a little over 2 weeks, or a little less than 2 weeks ago. Lots of baby stuff happening. Oh, Amy, I see, I see. Ave, hello. Thank you for the donation. You said your question is on the note. Let's see. All right, I'm shuffling for you, Ave. Give me 1 minute here to let you know yes or no. Thank you, I speak. We have a new little one. I have a niece on my side of the family now. I really don't want to have another grippy soft vacay, but I know if I need it, it'll come in. Yeah, Amy, definitely seek the assistance sooner than later because you definitely don't want to like spiral. But I feel like you have the awareness now to know what's best for you at this point. And the great thing about BPD is that, from my understanding, is that once you know what it is, you can kind of like handle it or manage it a little bit better because you have that awareness. I speak. I'm glad you're doing good. Or okay, you're doing okay. So maybe not as good. Hanging in there. All right, Abe. Let's see. I am getting a yes, Ave. I have the 4 of Wands. That is a yes for me. Thanks for asking, Luna. I'm just hoping when I return back to my home tomorrow, I'll be okay. Is there a reason you have to go back tomorrow? Can you stay with your friend a little longer or no? Ave, okay. I just saw that you said I could read it out loud. I got a guess for you. 4 of Wands. So your question was, will he contact you soon? And I shuffled and got a yes. 4 of Wands. Amy, I know. I'm sorry. I speak. You said, yeah, hearts. I think I'm going to try to get in touch with my medication provider and see if I need an increase in dosage. Yeah, definitely worth seeing someone for sure. You want to get ahead of that, right? I speak. I hope that you're doing better than good soon. You're welcome, Ave. I hope you have a great night. Oh, so yeah, you can't stay there while she's there. Or not there, yeah. Honestly, Amy, I mean, do whatever you can to kind of block it out, you know? Like, go to your room, shut the door, put your headphones in. Like, I don't really know your home life, and I don't know how much they disturb you or interact with you, but if there's a way to kind of keep yourself just isolated until you can get back over to your friend's house, that would probably be the best. Mental health is no joke. I know I speak. I'm waiting for the moment where you come in and you're like, I'm doing amazing. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, worst case scenario, I speak, you could always get yourself a hotel room, right? I know that you make some money because you have a job just for the night, or Airbnb somewhere. There's some places I know that are like less than $100 a night. Well, that's not necessarily ideal. You don't want to have to spend that kind of money. If you feel like that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. Sometimes a hotel getaway can be nice, especially if they got a little lobby, get some food, just have some time to yourself. Oh, yeah, sorry. That was for Amy. That's what I meant to say with Amy. I speak, I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely do something to kind of get your mind off of things if you can. Maybe so, girl. Sometimes things just kind of happen, and I can say things that actually resonate, and it's totally not a conscious intention to do that. But maybe it's a message for you as well. Amy, I definitely foresee you getting a place of your own. Um, not right away, but I see it happening within the next year or two for you because, and I think it might be a roommate situation. I don't think it's a place you're getting on your own. Um, but I think that you are kind of growing out of your house. And I think it might be time in the near-ish future to start looking into something like that, spreading your wings a little bit more. You were laid off recently and don't have much savings. Oh no. I was saving money until this happened, but I think I'll be okay. I have 2 interviews this week. Speak. Oh my gosh, girl. Well, you do readings. I mean, if you need a little extra help, get on live, do some readings or something. There's also, delivery service options and things like that. Like, I know if we're in a pinch or we're in between jobs, we can do Instacart. My sister does that full time. I mean, not right now, she's on maternity leave, but she does that full time. And her husband does it like 3/4 of his time, and then he does inspections as well. And obviously, this is my full time job doing reading. So, like, if you need a little bit of extra, you could always consider doing that for a little while. People are always looking for readings. And even if it's been a while, if you're offering like more affordable pricing, people are going to be more inclined to head over to your channel. That's why I offer like an array of prices, because I still want to be accessible to everyone, but also I have to value my time too. You only returned home due to lease ending when you were actively enrolled in classes at your campus. Yeah. I think, Amy, you'll be finding yourself 2026, 2027, you'll be moving out. Yeah, I know. I was thinking of doing Uber and Lyft, but it's going to unground you so bad and unalign you. I mean, if that's what you feel is going to happen, please don't do it. Yeah. It was just kind of like if you're backed up against a wall and you're like, holy crap, like, I don't want to keep wasting away my savings. Like, I need to make something right now until I can get secured at another place. Those are always good fallbacks. And I definitely know long term I should not live with my parents. Yes, correct, Amy. You're very, very correct. And I think what might end up happening is potentially these episodes are going to get more frequent, and you're going to find yourself in a position where if you don't get yourself out of there on your own, something's going to happen where you're forced into that situation. So that's why I'm telling you these things now, because I want you to kind of prepare yourself. So that way you're not having an emergency relocation. You've had time to really save and do your research and things like that before it gets to that point. I feel like for me, when I do more than 3 things a day, I feel myself feeling so ungrounded and disconnected. But that's just me, how my system works. But I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, I speak for sure. And also, like it's temporary. It's just a season. It's literally just right now to get you through. Even if it's like $50 a day and you're doing something for like an hour or two, while that's probably very exhausting for you, I also feel like it's less that you're dipping into your savings, $50 a day, even if you only work like six days a week, that's like 300 extra bucks that you're not dipping into your savings. So just always remember you have options. Yeah. Asian culture is totally fine to live with family or parents even when you're married or have a family. Ugh, but Amy, that's not your goal though, right? Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're getting that therapy. Yeah, I speak. Sometimes like you just gotta bite off a little bit, just a little bit to get you through. I mean, shoot, even if you were to do like $30 a day, that would help a little bit. It's why I pretty much don't take days off anymore unless there's something completely unavoidable and I have to take a day off. But you pretty much see me every single day at some point, whether it's offline or it's online. And it's because some days I make, really great money. Sometimes it's a little slower, and it all eventually averages out in the end. I don't have an option. If I got to do Uber, I'll do it, and I'll try Lyft too. I barely have savings and I've been having panic attacks. Oh no. I'm thinking of starting to do 3 rides per day. Yeah. Whatever you can do. And honestly, if you are doing like a ride share thing, maybe hopefully it won't exhaust you as much because you're not doing physical labor, you're not shopping, you're not bringing groceries and things like that to people's homes. So if you're just going to stay in the car, then that might be a little bit easier for you to manage. Hey, Gemini. So I'm glad, but I definitely think recently my med working out strong. Yeah, Amy. I don't know enough about that, but at the hospital, sometimes they do things intravenously. And so if you were getting meds in your IV, they probably aren't going to pack as much of a punch in pill form. But regardless, I think if you're feeling off, you definitely need to be consulting that physician and trying to see if any adjustments need to be made. So true. I'll stay positive. I'm just really trying to release control of the outcome and trust I will be hired and more than okay and provided for. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. All right, Gemini. So earlier you had come in and asked about pricing because you had said that you wanted to look more into your yes/no question. So more specifically, you're wanting to know what is he thinking. Is that correct? Right, right. Okay. All right. So, Gemini, I do think that he's probably going to be taking a step back from this connection right now. It will be temporary. I do think you're going to hear from him again, but the reason I'm feeling that way is because I have the Eight of Wands in reverse, which means that there are some blocks that have formed here. Gemini, I think sometimes when you get stronger mentally, thank you, Amy. Yes, definitely check back in. Gemini, when you get stronger mentally, you start kind of setting boundaries and putting your foot down in certain places that maybe before you were a little more lenient. I think sometimes these types of people can be like, oh shit, I can't take advantage anymore because this person's figuring me out and realizing that they're not going to put up with my shit. So I have the Ace of Cups here, which means that there are still feelings involved from him to you. He still has feelings for you. It's just also, I think that he might utilize those feelings that you have for him in order for him to still have access to you. So there's definitely like feelings of the upper hand, taking advantage of a situation coming from his perspective, meaning that maybe he felt like he could just keep pushing it and testing you and just trying to basically see what it is that he can get away with that you would let him get away with. And I think bringing this to his attention was definitely like a shock of the negative. I have the tower in reverse, which means that his plan crumbled. So you had said that it wasn't really an argument, but he was trying to do something and it didn't work. And the tower in reverse says that these plans had foiled, meaning that it didn't work out in his favor. He thought, okay, once again, I can do this thing and she's going to believe me. So I think Gemini, you kind of putting your foot down did really take him by surprise. I think he thought this would be another really easy opportunity to just get away with this. And you were like, no, not this time. Again, I do think you're going to hear from him again, but the Eight of Wands means it might not be right away, but this no communication or whatever is going on with you guys is temporary. He might come back and try again. But this type of energy is almost like wanting to take advantage of you a little bit, taking advantage of your patience and taking advantage of your understanding. And at a certain point, you get to the place where you're like, enough is enough. He said he got UF'd up. Amira, hello and welcome in. We are doing donations right now. If you send $5, I can answer that question for you. You said he thought and you're getting tired. Definitely, Gemini, most people are going to hit a ceiling with how much they are going to tolerate when you're dealing with situations like this. I asked if he still wanted to pursue this connection with you, and I got the Three of Cups and Justice. So I don't know, girl. I feel almost like he might just be keeping you as an option because the Three of Cups a lot of times can indicate it's okay, Amira, have a great night. It can indicate like he might be entertaining or open to the idea of talking to other people. It doesn't necessarily mean that he is, but he might be in the energy of being open to talking to other people. My assumption is he hasn't locked this down. My assumption is that you guys are not official. And I feel like this energy with the Three of Cups means he's like 1 foot out the door at all times. So it's like sometimes this relationship can feel like a matter of convenience. So I think that I don't know. I don't know if you want my advice or not. I feel like there's a lot of people who have been in the position that you're in right now. Um, I've been there myself. No, we're not and won't be. If he keeps doing this, I'm 1 foot out too. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Again, we're talking about him because that's your question. But you do with this information what you will. I think that he's still, while he's got 1 foot out, he still has 1 foot in. I have the Two of Pentacles. This can talk about like juggling. So this can mean juggling his thoughts, not really sure what the next step is going to be. This could indicate that he's not fully committing to you right now and still needs some time to figure it out. But I feel like with this type of situation, he's not all in. And I think that you have to kind of determine what that's going to look like for you with this information. And maybe you already kind of knew that. But yeah, I mean, I still think he is interested. I still think he's invested in you. I just think that you are going to be playing a very long game. It's like a lot of waiting around, and maybe you're at a point where you are looking for something that he's not providing and probably will never provide. Brittany, you got a text or you got a message from her? I was getting a no, but I can't remember what the card was off the top of my head. What was the card? 9 of Wands, I think it was. That feels like your back's up against a corner. It's like you're wounded. Brittany, I wonder why she would do that. Maybe she's trying to push you away. Remember when I said she's self-sabotaging a little bit? So maybe she's trying to get you to like move on. I don't know. That's so weird. Oh, you texted her, so you changed the energy. Okay. I see. So Gemini, from his perspective, he will communicate with you again. He is taking some time to think this over. He's not ready to call it off yet, but I feel like the more you put your foot down and the more you challenge him to take you more seriously, the more difficult this relationship is going to be, because I don't think he's going to fight for this. So I think if you keep letting him get away with things, he'll stick around. But if you're looking for him to step up in a real new kind of way, I'm not having any kind of commitment cards at this time. Yeah, you're welcome, Gemini. I wish I had better news to deliver. All right, so it looks like we got another donation from Lovely for a channeled message. Hey, hey. You came in perfect timing. I just finished up with the Gemini and you're next. So let me pull some cards for you. You are just normal, like the normal stuff you want, right? The reading from him. The usual. Oh, you're good. No worries. I actually, like you, sometimes I forgot that I even sent messages. All right, we're working on Lovely's channeled message. Can I donate? Yes, Brittany, you can donate. All right. Brittany, I got your donation. Okay, so you got a yes, no, and a mini. Got it. You'll be next after Lovely, okay? Brittany, okay, sounds good. Lovely. To answer your question, no. She actually told me that this girl's there's an age difference and she's older. I think she said she's in her 50s. Almost done. All right, lovely. I'm getting this sent over to you. All right, so your reading is you are everything divine and beautiful to me. I think of my perfect woman and see your face. You are ideal to me from your intellect and culture to the way your mind works. How you think is so attractive to me. Then there is the obvious reasons your face, that body, your voice. I could go on and on. Everything about you gives me shivers in a good way. And I think if I can become worthy of you, I'll be the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I would treat you with care and support. I worry about you walking away from you forever, and I hope you stay close so I can come and find you. You are so abundant, and I'm longing to be in that energy again. Wait, he's actually said the word shivers. Oh my god, that's so cute. Yes, and you're welcome, lovely. Thank you so much. Oh my god, that's so funny. Well, thank you for that confirmation. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's adorable. Oh my gosh, lovely. Thank you again. I hope you have a good night. All right, Brittany, let's focus on you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I knew she was trying to push you away, Brittany. I really think that this was like, she thought that I think she thinks that if you saw her with this other girl, that you would give up on the connection and move on. Not necessarily because she is over it, but I think it's because she's pushing you away. I remember the last reading that I did, we had self sabotage. So I think this is kind of a mean thing to do. But maybe she thought this is what will work, you know? Yeah, I'm shuffling right now to answer your question. Um, so there's definitely attraction to the girl in the picture. I have the Ace of Wands. So this indicates like lust for this girl. But as far as being an actual love interest, meaning like romantic feelings and all of that, plus attraction, I'm getting a maybe. It hasn't turned into that yet. I have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, which indicates like balancing between you and her. So Christine, I believe as you said her name, she is torn between you and this other girl that she's sending a picture of. As of right now, there's just physical interest in her. She doesn't know if it's going to turn into anything. I think that you guys had more of a romantic connection, in my opinion. All right, let's look into, will she come back? Will she come back to you? I am getting a yes. Brittany, she will come back to you. I have the Six of Cups, which is the card of reconciliation. The bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, which indicates new beginnings. I think, honestly, sending this picture was really just to get a rise out of you, to get a reaction out of you. She's trying to draw a line in the sand to see if she can push you away. And people who are broken will do things like this. It's not right, it's not fair, it's not logical. There's no reasoning to this or explanation for it, but sometimes people will just be this way because they're trying to push you away. I think that Christina is having trouble with you, being emotionally unavailable with you, and being vulnerable with you. And I think that she knows that she could be vulnerable with you and think that's scary for her. This other girl is not someone she really has to open up to and be insecure with. And it does make sense if you feel like this girl is unattractive, why she would be with her, because she doesn't feel insecure with her. Do you get what I mean? But as far as with you, I am getting that she will return because the Six of Cups talks about reconciliation. She wanted a reaction out of you. Exactly. I am seeing with the Nine of Pentacles that she's still invested in this a little bit. She's going to want to come back. She's going to strike up new conversation with you. I feel you guys have a deeper emotional connection. Yeah. That's what I feel. At least if we were to tip the scales in your direction or this other girl's direction, your connection is deeper than this other girl. Okay. Granted, both connections feel kind of newer, or maybe like she hasn't really gotten deep with this other girl. Like she stayed on the surface with her. But I think that the scales are leaning more in your direction as far as emotional investment. Yeah. Yep. And she feels more secure with this other girl. If she's really been attractive, maybe she feels pretty around this other girl or something. Yeah, I think you need to message her and just be like, if you haven't already, and just put a question mark, so see if she'll explain why she sent that to you. But I think we know the answer. I would just be curious to see what she says about it. I saw. Yeah, I saw. Yep. If you let me know what your question is, I can tell you how much it will be for an add-on. If it's a yes, no, you can just send another 5. Or if you want like elaboration and me to pull multiple cards, then it's 8. Look at them. Sometimes they be twinning it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how Bodhi has like a sharper face and Gunnar has a more rounded.
Yeah.
Do you really think they're from the same litter for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were both the same size when we found them.
Yeah.
It's just funny how like Bodhi has more Maine Coon American attributes. And Gunnar has more ragdoll something else. Gunner's kind of Maine Coony. All right, so I have a mini reading. What does she really want? Wait, who does she really want? Wait, what's your question? I know, Brittany. I know, girl. I'm so sorry. That's messed up. I did, yeah. I got your donation. I just don't. Your question was like, there's a couple typos, so I just want to make sure I understand what your question is. If you can just retype it for me. All right, let's take a look here. Who does she want more? So every time I ask Brittany, I'm getting cards that mean both or it's split. Two of Swords means divided into things. Two of Pentacles means divided into things. Three of Cups means you want your cake and you want to eat it too. The Chariot here, which normally means you have a sense of direction, is pointing two different ways, two different directions. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? So I can't honestly give you a clear answer on this because every card I'm pulling is saying that she's torn, she's split between the two of you. So I'm trying to delve a little deeper into details and better understanding. Her going with this other girl is just makes her life easier. She doesn't have to worry about being emotionally involved, which I feel like she would be with you. She can like hook up with her and things are fine. I feel like she's in this place with this other person where it's like no strings attached or it's really easy. And she isn't being challenged to grow in this other connection. And that makes her feel very comfortable. I think with you, it's the opposite. I think that she is challenged to grow in this connection. She is challenged to be vulnerable. And for people who have the mindset of wanting to be better, wanting to have better, wanting to have more of an emotional connection with someone, like she would with you, would be more inclined to say that they want to be with you. But she's feeling like, I don't know, do I want to stay stagnant? Do I want to be, where it's comfortable? Or do I actually want to try, branch out, potentially get hurt by Brittany, but hopefully not, and maybe we can build something? You guys are very much different people. You and her are different, like down to the way you think, your physical appearance, what you're looking for in the connection. And so she's kind of in this place right now where she's trying to figure out what she wants. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. Why does she come back to you? I don't know. Maybe that's the energy right now where she's looking to reconnect with you and talk to you again. I mean, you guys had a bond, right? You guys talked a lot before you even went and visited her. And you are probably someone she'd be missing. The Six of Cups means missing someone, like wanting to talk to them again. So she could miss you and want to talk to you again. Yeah, so Brittany, for every new question that you ask, you'll want to send another donation. So every time I see a new donation, I'll just know that you have another question for me, okay? But yeah, I mean, you guys are just very different people, you and this other girl. And I think that's why she's going back and forth right now. If you guys were very similar, it might be easy for her to make a decision, but you're not. You guys are very different people, you and this other woman. So you wanted me to look specifically into why does she come back to you? I did. Yeah, I got it. Yes. So the last card of the reading, when I pull, I can look at that card and a lot of the time see timing. So I will see what I can get for you. Okay. Gosh. You know, Brittany, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she's looking for like a non-monogamous relationship or like an open relationship or even a throuple, to be honest. There's just so much third party energy and like balancing between the two that it makes me wonder if she is maybe more interested in not being like in a couple. Like I feel like I'm getting a lot of energy from her where she's wanting to be open. Because again, she's not emotionally available, so we're running into a problem here. All right, so they're showing me within 2 months, which seems like a long time, honestly, but it might just take her a while to figure this out. Um, so why does she come back? Why does she want to return to you? So I am feeling with Three of Swords that she is missing you. The Three of Swords feels like painful separation. Again, you're having a lot of threes, okay? 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of that number coming through, which feels like a lot of third party. But the Three of Swords indicates that it becomes painful to be away from you. She's having a hard time moving forward. She's thinking about you a lot. And so just generally missing you. Maybe she's having regrets on how quickly she damaged this relationship. And so maybe she wants to come back and try again, is what I'm getting. Three of Pentacles means like working together with you to try to see if you guys can find a happy medium or some kind of common ground. Can you guys go back to the drawing board and try again? Oh, she's a card reader, clairvoyant. Interesting. You know, I have the moon here and that talks about like emotions and the things that we keep hidden. And so maybe there's a lot that she's avoiding when it comes to you right now that eventually she won't be able to avoid anymore. And it will make her have urges to communicate with you again because maybe she feels like she can't ignore her feelings anymore. Brittany, I would I mean, if you have not responded to the picture that she sent, you could always just send a question mark because that's not giving away anything that you're feeling, but you can literally be like question mark as in why are you sending this? But if you just put a question mark and send it, it leaves it open ended for her to tell you any other information she's willing to provide at this time. But if she sent a picture and you just ignore it and don't want to respond, I would just go ahead and leave her alone. Oh, you said okay. Yeah. I would just let it go, girl. I would let it go because they're talking about how it can be within or up to 2 months before you're really hearing from her again in a capacity of interest or reconciliation. And I'm really sorry this happened to you. You're dealing with someone who is self sabotaging. I commend you for spending the money and getting out there and getting to know her as soon as possible so that you're not dragging things along. There are a lot of people out there who will be in long distance relationships for years without ever meeting the person. And I definitely think it was good for you to get this information sooner rather than later. But I understand burning $300, not fun. And I'm sure you feel like you haven't been given any justice or any fairness for this to have happened. And so I do have sympathy for you there. The only hope I can think of is that eventually she comes around, rights her wrongs, and apologizes to you and explains things to you. And if you're in a position at that time to receive that and be open to exploring something further, then I'm hoping that you can have that peace of mind to be able to do something like that. But as of right now, it's very clear she's on the path of destruction. And I think that that's not really a path that you want to be following her down. It's just lust, or does she really like this girl? I think it's just lust. I think it's just attraction. Um, but I think more than anything, this girl allows her to just stay complacent, meaning that this girl is not challenging her to be different, to grow, to be open, to be vulnerable. This girl is just a fun time right now. And, she's comfortable not being vulnerable. She's comfortable not investing emotionally. And this girl is allowing for her to not do that. It's possible that she felt with you that you would want a relationship, that you'd be looking for something more, and maybe she just felt like that's not what she's ready for. Maybe something happened when you went out there and she got scared and she kind of chickened out and got cold feet. Um, yeah, I'm not sure, Brittany. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I typically don't want to judge anyone or anything like that. I think that would be a good question for a friend. I try not to make judgments in readings or anything like that. I try to stay very objective. Um, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with sending that to a friend or something and asking what their opinion is on that. But at the same time, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. It's not for anyone else to judge except the person that's with them. Um, oh, you don't have friends? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're welcome. course. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm all caught up on my list at this point, so I am going to go ahead and sign off for the night. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Brittany, thank you so much for your support and contribution to my channel. I appreciate your donations tonight. I am going to go ahead and sign off for the evening, but you guys will see me again multiple times this week. Have a lovely rest of your night.